I made the double bacon cheeseburger with double the lettuce, double the tomato, double the ketchup, double the meat patties.
Ultimate powers right here. Control gravity and probability.
So yeah, right now I'm chilling out here.
Being able to fill things up.
Cooper,
fill up your bank account when it gets
Will,
empty. Fill up your enemy's bladders with diamond.
Hello, I've met you before. My name's Jed.
Industrial grade diamond.
Good to meet you again.
Fill it with lead.
And yeah, Tucker is here, and I think TJ.
But the probability of that happening is so low. It's
we're eating dinner, so you guys stay tuned for more content. Hello everyone. Jonathan is about to try the really bullshit labyrinth. Okay. Would you like to be filmed?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. So you're at the start. There are 5 paths.
5 paths.
Yeah.
Any of them labeled in any which way?
Each one is labeled by a number. So if you said 5, you go down path 5, and so on and so forth. 2. Okay. You go in a pit and die. Okay. Start back at start. Lose all your items. Okay. You're back at start. There are 5 paths. 1. You fall in a pit and die. Okay. Start back at start. Lose all your items.
Can I choose not to pick a path?
You wouldn't get anywhere. 4. You find man-eating demon repellent. You can now repel man-eating demons. There are 6 paths. Which do you choose? 2. You enter a frosty blizzard. It's too cold. You die. Return to start. Lose all items. Okay. You find a nice snow coat. There are 2 paths. You fall in a pit and die. Return to start, lose all items.
Is there a spatial dimension in it? Or all the paths in the initial independent?
If you were to see the map, you could see how all the maps connect in like a sensical way. But without seeing the map, you will get confused on how one area connects to another. But it does make logical sense if you could see it. You're at the start. There are 5 paths. 5. You find a nice snow coat. There are 2 paths. I can't tell you that. 1. You fall in the pit and die. Return to start, lose all items. Okay. You got the nice snow coat. Now you're back at start.
Let's start again after 2.
Yeah, you said 5, which took you to the nice snow coat, and you said 2, and it took you back to start.
So 1 and 2 for 5 are both. 5's the dead end.
You have 5 paths. 4. You find man-eating demon repellent. Also, you're gonna have to keep track of all your items. It gets really important. There are 6 paths. Which do you choose?
1.
Okay, 1. You find a grapple. It allows you to cross pits. There are 6 paths. Which do you choose? You pick 5. You enter a frosty blizzard. You have the nice snow coat though, so you're fine.
Not, I lost.
Oh, you died before this? Oh shit. Back to start. Lose all items. 5 paths. 4. You get the man-eating demon repellent. There are 6 paths. 1. You get the grapple that lets you cross pits. 6 paths. 3. You run into man-eating demons. You repel them. Yep. 4 paths.
4 paths?
Yeah, 4 paths. 2. You're back at where you found the grapple that lets you cross pits. There are 6 paths. 2. You're at the pit. There are 6 paths. 2. You're back at start. There are 5 paths. 4. You're back at where you found the man-eating demon repellent. There are 6 paths. 1. You're back at where you found the grapple. There are 6 paths. 6. You're back at the man-eating demon repellent. There are 6 paths. 5. You find man-eating plant poison. It allows you to kill man-eating plants. There are 2 paths. 1, you run into man-eating plants. There are 4 paths. 4, you find a map of the jungle. There are 3 paths. 2, you're back at the man-eating plants. There are 4 paths. 1, you're back at the man-eating demon repellent. There are 6 paths. You find ultimate sunblock. Keep track of these items. There are 5 paths. 3, you're back at the man-eating demon. You're back at the man-eating demon repellent. There are 6 paths. 2. There's a frosty blizzard. Did you get the nice snow coat? Nope. You die and go back to start. Okay. You want to keep going? Nope. Okay. So there you have it. Jonathan gave it like his good 1-2. He didn't make it all the way to the end, but he gave it his best. Stay tuned for more content. Okay, so from what I can tell in Siren, all you guys will need to play is a die, some kind of token system for if your character gets impaired, and index cards for locations. And then everybody will have character sheets, and the GM is going to have a chase sheet. And that's it for materials for Siren. I'm going to keep looking at the instructions. Okay, so when creating your player in Siren, there are a few basic things. Your runner, which is what player characters are called, have an apparent age, so they may not know exactly how old they are. There's psi powers, a name, but you may not know your name, because in the game your characters have amnesia, so there are certain things that your character can't know about themselves, but you get to pick that. You don't get to pick the answer to those questions, but you get to pick the questions. And there are 4 amnesia questions, so you could have a question, at least one of them has to be about your powers. So really you just have 3 amnesia questions about anything, and then 1 about your abilities. And the idea of the game is whoever can answer all their amnesia questions first in the game, and then everyone meets at a crossroads, and then each person's origin is explained by the GM. So really the questions are the main point. Everything else you can just kind of make up. So it doesn't really matter what your powers are. I mean, it does, it's going to affect the game, but it's whatever. Your age isn't going to affect anything, your name isn't going to really affect anything. So if you wanted to do a really slimmed down game where you just want to get your player made so you can start playing, you just need 4 amnesia questions, at least 1 about your powers, and you can make your age and appearance and your name just be your age, appearance, and name, and then you need a psi power, and you're done with player creation for the runner. So yeah, that's how you make a runner in Siren. Stay tuned for more content. Okay, so everyone has their player sheets and everything, so now I'm going to take care of how cards work. So there are 3 purposes for cards. You have chase cards, location cards, and 3rd type of cards. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, the crash card, which is stupid based on what I can tell. So the crash card essentially just describes the crash, which is the initial event in which all the runners meet up and the chasers are so far behind. So the crash card is literally just used for storytelling to say, like, everyone is crashed in this location, this is where the story sets off. The crash card is also where you keep tokens when they're not being used. So when the game starts, the GM takes the crash card and describes where all the runners ended up. And then you take turns between each runner as they each have a goal, and then they make up their goal. You can make your goal whatever you want. You roll to see if your goal would be successful. If your goal involves you having to use powers or could put you in harm's way, then your roll is different depending on that. And that can all be referred back to on the rule sheet. I'm just trying to cover basic bases. If your goal is to go to another location, then a special card is made to represent that location. I feel like a lot of this you don't need cards for. It's just like an extra visual tidbit to have in the game. But essentially, you roll in order to accomplish goals. You can only roll your die once per turn. So if you are rolling to do something that could potentially cause you harm, you do the rules based on whether or not you get harmed. If you have a goal that's based on location, it's normal. If you have a goal that's based on rolling on psychic powers, there are different rules for rolling with your powers. And then there's a thing about the chasers. That's one thing that I don't entirely understand, is how chasers... Somebody farted just now.
You bet I did.
You're an ass.
There's a thing about chasers, and I don't know how chasers get closer to you. If a runner dies, say, nope, that has nothing to do with chasers. I'm looking at the rules now. At some point, chasers will probably catch up with runners. How does that happen? Oh, it's lame. How does this happen? Oh, when they take a significant action, they roll. If they go somewhere... Every time a player rolls a dice, regardless if they move or not, give a description of the chasers and what they are doing, and add these details to the chaser sheet. Oh, okay, hold up. The chasers are not yet on the scene at the initial crash. When you move to a new location, I'll put down a new card with a locale on it. That'll make a trail for the chasers to follow. And when the dice determine they move. Oh, crap! Okay, so here's what I've realized about the chasers. Whenever you roll to reach your goal, that roll also represents how the chasers move. Which is really weird. Because when the runner fails to meet their goal, which is when they roll a 1, 2, or 3, a 1, chasers move 2 locales closer to you, and that's the same for a 2. And then for a 3, chasers move 1 locale closer to you. So it seems like whenever you fail your goal, the chasers get closer, and if you achieve your goal by running a 4, the chasers still get closer. So only with a 5 or a 6 do you actually avoid the chasers. That's really weird. Okay, so I think I actually understand this game enough to play it with people, if I can find anyone who's interested. So yeah, you guys stay tuned for more content.